If that's correct, I mean, that's fascinating in itself, that Conservative Party members have got buyer's remorse, as it were.
Well, what's fascinating is that 40% apparently still want to vote for Liz Truss, given everything that's happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And I have to say that the system whereby we change prime ministers based on 0.2% of the population, against the wishes even of the majority of Tory MPs, is not a sustainable position to be in. And there's criticism of Gordon Brown when he took over from Tony Blair, if you remember back in about 2005, 2006, had there been no election. Look, we're now on 5, if Liz Truss goes, which I think she will do, we're looking at 5 Tory Prime Ministers in 5 years, 4 chancellors in 4 months. This is not sustainable, and this is about more than Liz Truss. This is about the Conservative Party losing its mojo, frankly.
Yeah, but what happens next? Because there is no unity candidate. They're quite driven, you know, factionalised inside the Conservative Party. No one wants to have another protracted leadership contest. So it feels like at the moment it's slight paralysis.
Well, look, Liz Truss cannot go on. I mean, Liz Truss is damaged goods. And on a personal level, I feel sorry for her because she's clearly out of her depth. She's clearly going to find it very, very difficult emotionally to deal with tomorrow's Prime Minister's question time. And in the interest of her own self, she ought to go, as, for example, Estelle Morris went.
But wouldn't that introduce more instability? The whole point here is getting stability, steady leadership, calm the markets. Removing the Prime Minister may do that.
Well, there's no stability as long as she's there, to be honest with you. She is, as the papers have said this morning, or the Sun said this morning, a ghost PM. She'll have to go, and there's no way that the Tories will allow her to lead them into the next election. Look, they're 30-odd points behind the opinion polls. You know, that's unsustainable from their point of view. So, but what should happen now, I don't know, will happen, it probably won't, is a general election. The Tories are a busted flush, and they have to be put to the public for a choice to a new government, whether it's a new Tory party or a Labour party or a Lib Dem Labour coalition. But, you know, one of the things I want to say about the press, if I may say so, is that, you know, we've had 3 weeks of the right-wing press, the Mail, the Express, the Sun, a Telegraph, telling us how wonderful Liz Truss is, how we should back her all. I've got a couple of headlines somewhere in the show.
The Daily Mail.
And the Daily Mail's now done a volte-face by saying that she's no longer in office, she's in office but no longer in power. Whereas a couple of weeks ago they were telling us how wonderful it was that her budget was the best Tory budget since sliced bread. There we are. There's the 2 headlines coming up now. You know, and frankly, the Mail, the Express, the Telegraph, and the Sun, who are blaming the Bank of England, the international money markets, the Labour government of 2010, President Putin, anybody else apart from Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng, they should apologise, frankly, to their readers. They've been leading them up the garden path.